Hello and welcome, friends. My name is Hunter, and we are playing our Millennia game here. So we need to do some real work, so a big chunk of this episode might just be breaking stuff. We don't need nearly as many of these points as before, which means these, like the production of our bricks is not that important now. If we look in here, 6 bricks is giving us some art, some improvement points, and some production. If we were to go just to the clay, we would get the improvement points and the production, but we would lose art experience. And we can easily drop one of our brickworks, probably even both of our brickworks. Another option would be to halfway it, keep one art, right? So we could like break one brickwork and break one clay mine. That will leave one hanging clay and make 3 bricks, which I think is perfectly acceptable. We can then use these to help fix the problems we've got in this city. We can build another trash heap, and then we need some kind of electric power. We are about... I mean, we can't really make... These points are very precious. The best way to get electric power here would be with a voltaic pile. Right now, it's like the only way. The other way we could do it is we could trade some aether here, but the only place that has aether for trade is here. It has exactly 1. Do we have a person who we can take off? Yes, we don't need this. This is actually not that great. We can put a second aether here, right? We have our domestic exports going to Hamburg. Over here, if we look at this, we can see that they are making use of 1 aether, not for electricity, but just for the cloud estate. So we can take that aether back, and we can change it over to Salvador. Select the region of Salvador, giving them 1 aether in order to get their power going properly, which really helps them to be a little bit more grown out. We do still have the problem here that we are running out of places to put people. Like, we don't have any real spots. There are a few things we could do here to fix that up. These boats cannot go into the deep sea. They got really no place that they can go. We could send them around the top over to here. Like, I can unboat you, send you here, and I can unboat you and send you there. Those are the... You're also a boat. Do I have any place else over here? Do we send both of you? Do I have any other boats? I have you, so I can unboat you. I can send you to here, I guess. Should be good. We do have a slip between here, too, which means there is more food to be gathered by this city if we want it. Let's just immediately spawn a utility ship right here and send them to there. We also still have lots to collect over here, which is good. Once we've got those guys on the move, right, we can go to the places we cleared up and we can fishing fleet them. That's fine. We can also fishing fleet you. And if we look here, that means we have 3 guys not working. If we start removing fish from here, Yeah. What else do we want to do? Well, if we need territory opened, we can get rid of our bread cycle pretty easily. Got 2 large plantations, right? That seems to be fine. We got a voltic pile here. Don't really want to remove any of our current locations. You're importing 2 flour to make up for this. We're using this to make wine. That's fine. This is all good. So we won't be removing anything else, I don't think. No. But for now, this looks good. What are we building on the building section here? Canton office. After the Canton office, I think we're going to build you a painter. Yeah, so we want to build the buildings out that don't require electricity before we spread electricity. We have 1 open spot here. We just produced it. Now I could immediately use it. I could immediately use it for education. That'll help us with buildings we've got to make. I think that's a good idea, so let's build a public school here. When it comes to housing, we have housing buildings we can still make. I do wish they are. It does break it up. So we're getting 2 from the Voltic pile, 1 for the government, and 4 from consumed goods. So this is giving us 4. We're using 2 of this potential 7. That means we could help our housing by building a sky hotel. Take 2 of our power, but it will help housing. I think we'll actually do that instead of the court painter. And we want to do each of our cities, so we're going to look at Ashan now. We still have lots of stuff to do here. We got boats. I think we're going to break this boat. Break this boat. Break this boat. Then we're going to build fishing fleet, and a fishing fleet. And then we're going to build a fishing fleet here. I think that's good. So that's good for our start turn here. We're going to start to figure out how we want to move things around in a little bit. Cultural district is fine. Harbor, trash heap, public school. Do we need... Well, we have excess workers here still. At least 1, right? So we don't need to worry about taking people off of here. We're going to have lots of lodges that we can work down. We want to start building more specialists as well. We want to get this to like 40-ish. 45 would be perfect for building 1 building per turn at our current rate. So here we have how many power in? We have 13. We're using 1. That's because we're bringing in tons of Aether and only exporting 1 Aether. So if we want to look at the stuff we want to do here, I think there is space here for a little bit of expansion. Let's resume. Up here, which is good. We're gonna want to grab this, I think, and give it to Taxlia. If I could expand this even just 1 square in this direction, how long does that look like it's gonna be? Forever. Maybe forever. It's not even worth worrying about right now. So just working up here, we got a space here. We got some hills here. We got some spaces up here. So we got plenty of growth territory in this place. I don't think there's anything we want to build immediately here, but it is worth thinking about. We need more food. We are sort of working on that. I think overall this is fine. We're making oil out of olives. So we have 2 of these, right? And 2 olives. And what are we making with those things? Kitchen, how much meat are we producing? We're producing 2 meat, which is producing 2 of these. And then 2 olives are producing 2 of these. And then so we're producing 1 oil out of the flax, which is fine. All right, that's pretty good. Let's check this idle here. This is one we were doing before. So we were checking to see if we could build anything to help with food here. We could build the granary, I think, and then we'll build the Privy Council. We'll just pay for the granary because it'll help us immediately go up. End the turn. And as we go along, we're going to go through each of our cities and we're going to establish a new status quo. We're only going to remove a brick house. Like, we're only going to build a brick place and a clay pit from places that can't maintain themselves otherwise. So we're going to remove this. We really don't need it. And then we're going to remove 1 brickworks here. That gives us 2 places to work with. Now, as for housing, we're going to transfer our housing over to to the new sky housing. So I'm going to build, let's see, cloud estates. Yeah, we're going to build cloud estates, but that's not what we're going to build first. The first thing we're going to build here is just trying to figure out what would be best here. Probably we need education and power. So let's build education, and then let's build a voltaic pile. And I think that will help keep this city balanced. We will have to find more food, but the thing is, it's easy to find food here because we can convert these water right into fish. Each one of these fish brings us 4 food, which is more than even the swamp brings, so we could just like build immediately that. I'm gonna take this guy off the swamp, put him on the voltaic pile. That helps with the food a lot. And we're gonna want to work our way through this by building up, not power. I thought I had enough. That's fine. We'll do it next turn. We also want to check any city that has some population or is close to having population. We want to build literary salons. So first we want both of these to fill out here, right? Yes. You could use sewage. I mean, a trash heap. Let's toss you a trash heap. We don't have that many locations for trash heaps, to be fair. Yeah. I mean, we should build the World Fair. We're not going to be building it anytime soon, though. Just put it in there to get the innovations running a little faster. I mean, we need a trash heap here. We're also going to need to keep cutting, right? Let's build a trash heap here. That's fine, so that should help a bit. What is this? Aether is revealed. Barbarians camp's gone. Okay. We have... I think to build a pioneer... Not sure why I built this, but we'll send it out here and then put it up in the air, because that's sort of fun, I guess. But St. Petersburg is going to need more guards. Let's just anchor you. Go. 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 And you can go. That's fine. Okay, so you are going to go to here and launch. You can go. And you. And you. And you. What region's idle? This is the city over here. I want to build you, I suppose. You have power. I think you should probably build court painter and then a grand theater. That's good. Now we want to just keep checking for extra guys, making sure this is also not being done. We can increase the trash heap. I think that would be good. In 3 turns, we're going to get another guy. We have our furnace here, which is good. We're making our iron. Everything is good up there. So that's fine. Coming over to here, we've got some new spots here, which is good. All right. You just stay where you are and have been the whole time. Hopefully we get these pretty soon. You here, you have 3 grasslands. You are making plenty of food. You're not making any housing. We should immediately build you housing here. It's a lodge. Check. And now we need to think about what we're going to build else here. Now I could try to do production here by building 2 mines. I don't know if that's good to do yet. Might be better to wait until after we get the ability to make the better mines. Right? Nautilus. Secret laboratory. Power station. Aether refinery. We are going to want to get the steel mill, right? Telegraph office. Is it under urbanization? Did I miss it? Steel furnace. It's here. Okay. So we're not going to do anything with this iron until we get the steel mill. Looking at what we're doing here for building, I'm going to build this civil engineer. Then, on top of the civil engineer, before the national landmark, actually after the national landmark. Yeah, that's a real important building, I think. I think about 358 per turn, which is a lot. What do I need to build here? I'm going to build a literary salon. I'm going to build a literary salon. I can't. I'm going to need to build a public school, I think. Yes, so let's Look up here in Hamburg. Do you have extra people, Hamburg? How you doing for people? No. This is all fine. Technically, I can remove these guys if I have to. But no, we're not going to do anything there yet. That takes us to St. Petersburg. How do you feel in St. Petersburg? Looking for one guy for a logging camp, which you'll get in 2 turns. We have an unworked literary salon, which is actually probably more important. Right, so we got... What are we doing here? So we got 2 printing presses, because we got 2 logs being turned into 2 paper into 2 paper mills. We have what we need to expand this to the next size up. St. Petersburg could do an Aether paper mill, but that would require me to have Aether here to spend. The only Aether they're going to be able to get is either imported or probably from this one, but I was going to give this one to Taxlia, so that's not really an idea. Which pretty much means that's out of the question. So I think we might break the 2 unworked logging camps just to stop there being confusion in here thinking that we need to build them. I think that plan is done. We want to put someone into this public school, but where can we find them from? Trash heap? The trash heap can remove one, so put someone in the public school. Actually, I don't even need it right now, do I? I think that's probably okay. And then we should maybe... I don't have enough to chop, even though I'd like to. I'm thinking the rest of this is fine right now. So I am making 4 luxuries. I'm making 4 delicacies for 10 food each. And I'm making them out of 4, 8, 9, 10, which means I have 2 hunting camps above the number of kitchens that I'm running. All right. I suppose that's fine. Which means there's not much I can do here until I can chop. And so let's end the turn. So we now have the ability to upgrade the food buildings, which could be useful for us for rebuilding our infrastructure. All right, so let's look what we've got going on here. So this is a paper mill we do not need to upgrade, and this is a large plantation. I have 1 square here. We must have just taken this. It's a super important square. I'm producing electricity. I don't have enough housing. Oh no, this is not. This needs to be a cloud estate. That's what those points were for. This is absolutely essential because we removed the cloud estate and it took our housing down. We're going to build cloud estates across here until we can maintain our housing on just cloud estates. We need to make sure that we don't put a worker in here. Not only because we don't have any Aether, but because we don't have any Aether. Our education and our sewage is fine. If we look at what we have queued for building, this is going to give us some more suppression and luxuries. Do we actually need this, though? I don't think I need this. I know it's a waste of production, but I would really rather build a sky hotel. It's almost the same building, but I need the I'll need the housing more. It's 2 power drain. Yeah, it's the same power drain. We're gonna take 2 of our 6. After this, we could consider building the shopping center. Right, the shopping center takes power, does it? Let's build the shopping center. I think that's a little bit better for what we're going to build there. Choosing technology. Let's move to exotic metallurgy. I guess it comes down to, do I need the steel furnace first before I need the aether factory? Most likely I need the steel furnace first, so we'll get rid of that. That's pretty good. You're fine, you're fine, you're fine. A lot of people are about to grow over. That's okay. Let's end the turn. So we're just trying to get the cities rebuilt for the new age with the new buildings. It's a process you have to go through in this game because it's so... like, you need to get all of your locations pretty optimized, I would say. Let's do this. Fishing boat there. We got to keep watching these because these can overload real easily on us, and we don't want that to happen. It's probably already happened because we're not watching them. No, not yet. Probably the exploration happened a turn or two ago, which isn't that bad a thing. Coming down to Hamburg, we need to get... more. So spawn a utility ship here. Then we send it to there. Yes. Wait, where are we sending you? I'm going to send you to here, actually. You're good for food, but we're going to keep building out your fishes anyway. I think it's really useful. So you have built population here. That population immediately got dumped into the cloud estate, where we don't want it. That's fine. Everything up here is fine except for housing, which we will fix in time, which means we need to consider building a literary salon, which we will build right here. Civic, literary salon. That affects education, so that takes our education down just for maintenance purposes. We will build the public school now. Now, I don't want the public school to go in at the expense of something more important than it. This is fine. Trash heap is fine. These are all fine. We need somebody in this public school. If I minus a person off the trash heaps, rather than be in the public school. That's pretty good. Now looking at our buildings. We're about to build a grand theater. Good, good, good. So we built one more literary salon, which will help us out. Salvador's got this now. This is a new spot. They're not doing well on electricity. The easiest thing to build here would be a voltaic pile, but I don't think that's correct. Okay, we're gonna take him off again. We have 2 people not working. I suppose a good idea here would be to build a... what can we use the most? I mean, we need more literary salons. Right? Like, we need as many of them as we can get. So I could just build a literary salon. Also, I have a piece of paper. Because I have a piece of paper that's not doing anything, I should probably make a printing press, right? 1 paper to 1 book. Yes, that helps with education. I think that's good. Also helps with our knowledge. So you're going to continue your move, and then you can just drop in. Okay. I think we're doing pretty well of going through this process. Spain doesn't want an alliance with us anymore for some reason that I don't understand. We're going to continue to do the work through here, and what I mean by that is we're going to continue to remove lodges and replace them with cloud estates. pretty good. Again, it's important to note, nobody works in cloud estates. All right, we didn't get much done today, but we are at 30 minutes before editing, so I'm going to cut this episode short. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you join me again when we play Millennia. Goodbye for now.